United Matters channel it is. As I promised you that I'm obviously going to be coming in here to see to it that I give you a wide preview of the game of Man United that they're obviously going to be playing against Everton today. And remember, it's the Kickstarter. And what is really so special about this beautiful game of football, it's all about Everton being at how many points? 30 points, and United is at 29. Now, if Everton beat Man United, United will be 4 points behind Everton. If Man United goes ahead, obviously beat Everton, they'll go to 32 points in there. And this is a game where you'd love to see the team that we support, known as Manchester United, really collect those 3 points that we all want to see to it that we achieve hugely into this encounter. So smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun. And this is the channel that brings you your latest news and information as far as everything is really concerned. So United comes into this game after losing to Tottenham Hotspur by 1-0. You know that very well. It happened over the weekend, and we lost to Tottenham Hotspur by 1-0, and it was scored by James Maddison in the 12th minute. Though Alejandro Garnacho had all what it takes to see to it that he goes ahead to obviously make things happen, but things never went on as planned for the club of Manchester United, and all in all, United found themselves in a position of really losing out onto this beautiful game of football. And obviously, I never came up to do what we call a match preview for this game of football because I was like, what is the importance of obviously doing this? You understand? Because as you know, things are not really going well for the club of Manchester United. Sometimes you feel like you have to obviously stand in for your club, but sometimes you feel like we are losing a lot. You understand? We are losing a lot as a club of Manchester United. But it's going to be played at the Goodson's Park. Capacity 39,572 people are expected to really fill up that stadium. And I tell you what, it's going to be full capacity as we take on the side of Everton. So Everton comes into this encounter when they know to it that they've gone ahead to obviously draw with Liverpool. You know that very well. And they've also gone ahead to beat Crystal Palace by 2-1 over the weekend on the 15th of February. After drawing with Liverpool, they went ahead to see to it that they went ahead to find themselves in a position of really doing the needful, and obviously scored 2-1 past Crystal Palace, and they are really in great form, and obviously they are really getting ready to see to it that they obviously take this on to the next level. Now, Manchester United has gone ahead to obviously find themselves in a position of really having some injuries, and we know to it that Luke Shaw is out, Mason Mount is out, Amadi Diallo is out, Lisandro Martinez is out, Lenny Yoro is really out. Who else is really injured? I think those are the players that are really injured, you know. Evans is also injured, but the good thing is that we've gone ahead to see to it that Toby Collier and Manuel Ugarte are back into the team of Manchester United. That is the very huge push or boost that United are really having as they obviously plan to obviously take on the side of Everton into the mix. So that's exactly what the club of Manchester United is going to be looking like into this game of football. And for Everton, when we look through the of Everton, they are as follows. You know, they're really having the following players out, and I know it's not good news for them, but there is nothing. We're obviously gonna be really missing out from those players. So that is Ndiaye is out, Calvert-Lewin is totally out. He's really out of action. And why is my thing freezing? Don't know why. Oh my God. Why is my life freezing? Why is it freezing? So, Man United is taking on Everton, and these are the injuries. Broja is injured, Chemiti is injured, Coleman is injured, and Dwight McNeil. So, for the game today, we'll see to it that these players might miss out onto these games of football. So we are waiting to see. Even Mykolenko is also a doubt, and Man United is obviously going to be taking on this side. But as we come into this game of football, we have to note to it that Everton is a very hard side. You know, if they've gone ahead, obviously get back David Moyes, they're trying to make Goodson's Park what we call a kill zone that no team can obviously survive, and it can send you information that can easily be really digested, that if they manage to go out and really draw with the side of Liverpool at home, it sends you a very huge message that they are ready for war. They are ready for war. To see to it that obviously come for us at that stadium. And for United, we've been really playing very badly. And we know to it that when you're playing teams that really park the bus, it's hard. It's always hard for us to see to it that we break them down. That is really proven. And all of you know it, that United struggles when they are playing against teams that really play low blocks, not so? So that is one of the moments that most of us have to really understand. And we know to it that we are having 29 points. And for survival, we need 11 points. You know, out of the 13 games, we need 3 wins. And is Everton going to be one of those wins? And we are really looking bad. So the manager has to do the needful into the mix. So the manager has told us that he's sticking to his system of 4-2-3-1. That's what the manager is going to let us know, that he's sticking to his system of 3-4-2-1. You understand? And he's not really changing that system. Then, obviously, in goal, it's going to be Andre Onana. I've gone ahead to see people slate Andre Onana, and they are like, he's making very many mistakes. And I was like, was that a mistake in the game of Tottenham Hotspur? People just have an agenda over Andre Onana. That is it. Right-sided centre-back, it's really going to be Matthias De Ligt for me. Left-sided centre-back, it's really going to be Mazarawi. And in the centre, it's going to be none other than Harry Maguire. That is it. And that's how we think things are really going to be panning out for the club of Manchester United into that encounter. We are going to be taking on the side of Everton. Then right wing back, I think it's going to be Diego Dallo, you know, and left wing back, it's going to be Doku, because he looked good when you're playing against Spurs, and his runs into the box and crosses that he has on several occasions tried to obviously load into there are really very important. And all you want to know is the chemistry building up, because the more the chemistry builds up, the more we obviously get ourselves a better player in the final third. Then in the double pivot, it's none other than Manuel Ugarte. He does the needful in there for you. And the other person is Bruno Fernandes Borges. So that is what you're really having in the double pivot. You understand? So that's how things are really panning out for the side of Manchester United. Manuel Ugarte returns, and I believe we are going to be standing like that into the mid-four. Then one of the number 10s is going to be Joshua Zirkzee. He's going to be playing on the right side of the attacking midfield. And on the left, I think it's going to be Alejandro Garnacho. Remember, it's in this game that last season he scored a goal that went ahead to win what we call the Puskas Award. You remember, and you get that very well, he won the Puskas Award into those awards, best goal of the season, after he really scored it against Everton. And it was Diego Dallo who came up with a very beautiful cross, and it went into the vicinity of Alejandro Garnacho. Hence that acrobatic kick or volley that sort of it that he went ahead to really score, or that overhead kick. It's called an overhead kick or acrobatic kick. And leading the line, I know it's really going to be Rasmus Højlund. And for this, I've gone ahead to see some people who are really naive about the game of football coming out and making suggestions that Chido Obi Martin should be put ahead of Rasmus Højlund. And I'm like, which kind of game do you watch? Chido Obi Martin thrives on service, and every forward thrives on service. I know he's good at really getting hold of that ball, doing the needful, but that is not obviously going to work. And you just want to frustrate this youngster. Let's give this youngster time. Let's give this youngster time. Let's not really force him to do things that he's not yet ready to do, because most of you are really trying to force him to do things that he's not yet ready to do. And I know those minutes the manager gave him against Tottenham Hotspur are the minutes that he deserved. Some people are like, he deserved more minutes. And I'm like, let him take in those ones that it got when you're playing against Spurs. Against Everton, he might get in more like 10 or 15, depending on the game situation. And as we go to play Ipswich at Old Trafford, he might get more. And you never know, by the time we play against Arsenal, a team where he was, he might get in more and more and more minutes. That's what people really forget. But I would love to let you know that Manchester United is really doing the needful. And I don't want to see Man United fans really coming up at the manager, that he's supposed to be doing all that people think is right. I respect all people's opinions, but I don't at any one time really feel like United going in to obviously hurry this guy to obviously play. So I don't really feel like that is right. It's 100% wrong. Let's give him all what he deserves, and with time he'll obviously come and show up. Remember last season we went ahead and obviously, I think at Goodson's Park, was it a draw or we beat Everton? Yeah, we beat them by 3-0. Yeah, I remember. That's when Alejandro Garnacho went ahead to obviously do that acrobatic or the overhead kick. Now, when you look at the probable starting 11 for Everton, obviously it's gonna be a system of 4-2-3-1 with Jermaine Pickford in goal, O'Brien right back. Mikalenko is really doubtful, but he might make it. Braithwaite and Tarkowski into that central defense. Gueye and James Garner, former at Manchester United, double pivot. Linderstorm, right attacking midfielder. Harrison, left attacking midfielder, and Alcaraz as a central attacking midfielder. And we all know to it that it's going to be Beto leading the line. The likes of Ashley Young will come in later and see how they'll obviously try to spice up that side of Everton. So that's how I believe those two teams are really going to be standing, and that leads us into the head-to-head stats that most of you are really eagerly waiting to see how we've been performing with Everton and see my prediction in there for you. Everton have lost their last 5 Premier League games against Man United, failing to score in the last 4. They last lost 5 consecutively games without reply against an opponent versus Wolves between 1957 and 1960. So we are taking on Everton, and it's not going to be an easy game, though the stats are really on our side, but stats are stats, and stats are there to be broken. So Everton have lost their last 5 Premier League games against Manchester United, and they failed to score in the last 4. So that gives us a very huge hint that if at all we obviously go there and really score goals, that game is in for Man United to win, right? Secondly, Man United have won their last 2 away league games against Everton, winning 2-1 in October 2022 and 3-0 in November 2023. They last won 3 in a row at Goodson's Park in September, while they last kept back-to-back clean sheets at the Toffees in August 1997. So you've had it very well. It's really going to be another run in of games because the previous 2 seasons we've gone ahead to go to the Goodson's Park and win there. Can we go 3 in a row? That is really the question that most of us are really waiting to be answered tomorrow by the players of Manchester United that the manager is obviously going to be bringing at the Merseyside. Thirdly, Everton have won 4 of their last 5 Premier League games. 1 draw, more than they had in their last 20. 3 wins, 8 draws and 9 losses. This is the latest into the season. They are facing Man United well above them in the table since their 35th game in 2013-2014. Everton was 5th and Man United was 7th. United is looking bad. We are 15th and Everton is 14th. So it shows you how bad we are as a side of Manchester United. And we are playing them when they're really ahead of us. Something that is obviously going to motivate these players. And their manager, David Moyes, I very much know what he does in there. Fourthly, Man United have failed to score in 10 different Premier League games this season, with only Everton 12 doing so more often. It's the joint most games in which the Red Devils have failed to score in a single season in the competition, along with 2004, 2005, and 2015, 2016. 10 different Premier League games, United have not gone out obviously score any goal. That is really very shocking if at all you know what this has been all about. And this obviously resonates deeply into how United is not really creating chances. You understand? We've obviously told you that United struggles to obviously create chances. Not so. We obviously struggle to create chances at Manchester United. And that's what you're supposed to be doing. And this time around, that's what we should be going for. Lastly, Manchester United have scored just 1 first half goal in their last 10 Premier League games, with that a Bruno's penalty against Brighton in January. It's the longest run of Manchester United the club have ever had in the competition without scoring an penalty goal in the first half, overtaking a run of 9 matches from February to May. You hear that very well. So, I tell you, the club of Manchester United is really having a very horrible day. And I tell you, it looks like a game that we can win, provide if at all we really defend very well. But if you don't defend very well and Everton really capitalizes onto really scoring those goals, we might find ourselves really losing out. So, first and foremost, we need to obviously defend very well as a club of Manchester United. And Everton is one of those teams that are really good at scoring set pieces. But there are things that we should look at and understand heavily how they boil into this game. We've lost games against Tottenham Hotspur, and this manager has only gone ahead to win 4 games in, I think, his 14 games, right? 8 losses and 2 draws. So it sends really huge message to the manager to say to it that a lot of things really get changed. And if at all he doesn't change them, I think it will be bad, because he's one of those managers I want to see him at Manchester United for close to 5 years. But looks like things are not really going his way, and there is a mutiny in the players, and they might obviously see to it that obviously say, all right, let's lose this game too and see whether they will keep him around. Because the more the results get worse, I tell you, United won't really find themselves in a position of really keeping this manager. Yet I want this manager to be kept. And you know why they brought him in? Because they knew to it that there would have been what we call a new manager bounce. And that new manager bounce would have gone ahead to see to it that it propels Man United into the Champions League places. But as it stands, we are nowhere near getting to the Champions League. And the only way we can play in the Champions League is by winning the UEFA Europa League. And you know, we've been drawn with Real Sociedad, one of those games that is really very hard for us to come up and obviously brag in here that you're obviously going to go out and obviously win it. You understand? So that is all about United and Everton, and I see a draw. I see a draw for the club of Manchester United in this game because we can really turn up. But a win for Manchester United, I'm not seeing it, and it being what we call an early opener. I think early opening games have always gone ahead to be troublesome to the club of Manchester United. You understand? So we wait to see how that pans out, but I see a 1-1 or 2-2 draw. But a win is really hard to really be forecasted at. But that's how things went on with Fulham, because we've been a team that has gone ahead to beat Fulham very many times. And when it came to that level, United beat Fulham by 1-0 and went ahead to obviously win that game. So you never know, even in this game, our stats might obviously come and back us as a club of Manchester United that we are really good to go. So guys, I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about the team of Manchester United that I've gone ahead obviously think that is going to be the probable starting 11 for the club of Manchester United into this game against Everton. You know, how do you feel about that? Secondly, Everton. What do you think about Everton? And your predictions are welcome in the comment section below. So guys, feel free to obviously come up and really tell us your thoughts about this beautiful game of football and see how things are really going to be panning out according to you. I'll be waiting for your reactions into the comment section below. It has been a nice audience and you people have been great for us. Can't wait to see how we are really going to be lining up tomorrow. Sekou Kone is one of those players that we've been told might get into the starting 11 of Manchester United. And by the way, I'd love to see a midfield of Sekou Kone and Manuel Ugarte. That is it. And Bruno Fernandes pushed a little bit higher because we noted that he's good at really creating chances in there. So I'm having Chidi says, the way we play now, I don't think United will win against Everton. Me too. I think the best we can get out of that game is a draw. So thank you very much for watching through. Live stream has come to its end and you people have been really great. Bye bye.